NPP primaries on Saturday. So we have 4 of them now standing tall. We are looking for who will be leading the NPP to the general elections next year. Now, a story by Hafiz Tijani on the Citi Newsroom has Bawumia best candidate to conquer NDC strongholds. This is diaspora for Bawumia. Now, when it comes down, it says members of the New Patriotic Party in the diaspora have expressed confidence that electing Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the party's presidential candidate is a sure strategy for gaining grounds in the NDC strongholds during the upcoming general election. On the front page of the Finder, you also have Bawumia campaign refused Kenneth Japon's $800 million offer allegation. Still on the front page of the Finder, we also have Dr. Akoto cautions against manipulations and favoritism. And right, so we're just limited to these, but the NPP is going to the polls. I'm sure we've all followed the stories to where we have come. Those who have left, the party entirely. Those who have also expressed various concerns. And then Saturday, November 4, will be the real showdown. Who will be leading the NPP to the general elections? Elvis.
Oh, basically, I have said it. I think that Bawumia has the upper hand because I think the party is in a mood that they think that Bawumia is the best candidate. That is how I see the turn of events. And that's what the other candidates are complaining about, that there seems to be favoritism for Bawumia against them. Because almost every leading member of the party thinks that for the interest of the party, they think Bawumia is best candidate. And that's why I think the other candidates are complaining. I think that for somebody to be 4 times on your ticket on an election, twice as
Vice President
presidential candidate, and they never won, and you bring him back again, and he won twice for you, 16 years on the ticket. Clearly, this is somebody who has, the party sees as a very credible person to give that high office to. And for me, I think that people should look at it from that way. And this NPP, as we have said, is a party that the NDC always accuses of, you are an account party, you never filled any presidential candidate apart from accounts. So now that you have an opportunity for somebody who is a non-account, and it's not because of being non-account, but has established himself at higher level as vice president for 2 terms, vice president for 2 terms, somebody who has taken on the opposition for all this while, and all that. I think that clearly, Bawumia, nobody should say that Kennedy Pong has really shown that you can come from behind and give people competition. In fact, he is giving Bawumia a run for his money. Because if you look at it, that, as we said, 16 years on the ticket, and Ken, who has never been on a presidential ticket, all of a sudden I'm contesting, and it has become a hot race between Bawumia and Kennedy. It should tell you that Ken really comes to the race with something that everybody must recognize, that he has brought in that interest in the game. For Dr. Akoto, he's trying hard, but clearly the aura in the party that don't really seem to favor him. As for the animal, you don't even hear his name at all.
Why like that?
Yeah, but I think that as they are also the level of some of the accusations in an internal election, it shocks me. Because for people to make allegations, not when I hear some of them.
We won't finish the internal one. I'll go to the general one.
Don't look at the internal election and see the kind of attacks. I think that it's all good for politics, but I think that people should learn that if there's no evidence to, but if it's not true, don't say it for the sake of politics. It doesn't help. It rather destroys all of you.
Larry, is it going to be a smooth run for Bawumia? I mean, predictions have come. Yesterday was in the papers. Some surveys are projecting him to win by 80% and stuff like that. Really, is it going to be that cool for him?
Frankly speaking, I think it's a walk in the park for him. Really? Yeah, it's a walk in the park for him. Because, as Elvis said, 16 years on the ticket. Okay, twice as running mate, and then 8 years, as vice president. He's toured the country, in the similar manner as the president, and so he's known by even a kid. You get it. Somebody like that, you can easily market him, okay, as opposed to somebody who is coming fresh and then, he doesn't even know the terrain very well. He's not going to develop friendship. He's not going to build alliances. He's not going to develop strategy and other things and so on. I'm sure he's
saying his sorries.
Is that?
Saying his sorries.
Yes,
and
yes,
stuff like
exactly.
That. Yeah.
So he's been there. I mean, he's a face on national platforms everywhere. So you can't discount his influence. Okay, and so I don't see anybody posing any challenge to him, as it were. Kennedy, no. He has never been a factor in this, if you ask me.
But he's really fought a good fight.
Listen, if Alan had stayed, Alan would have shown a lot.
But Alan didn't stay, so
yes,
now...
no, so I'm saying that if Alan had stayed...
But I disagree. I think if Alan stayed, Kraken would have beaten.
But Alan was there,
no,
and
so,
Kennedy still went...
Alan
became the third
that was
force.
a special delegate.
But you know, should that not even give Kennedy some credit?
Let me tell you, at this point,
yes,
both the reasonable and unreasonable side of the party are going to vote.
Yeah.
Do you get it? And it's a larger electoral college, okay, as opposed to that narrow one that happened in August.
Should that not be a source of worry?
For who? No, that
for the Bawumia team.
No, for that, if it had been, that should have been a source of worry for the Bawumia team. You get it. But then it would have inured to the benefit of almost Alan and then Ken in there. Okay, so, but for Alan opting out, has Kennedy really inherited that what Alan should have gotten? Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, one moment you're on a platform, Maya will show down.
Yeah.
This, accusing this person of that, throwing this in there and so on. I was talking to somebody the other day, and then the person said that, oh, you know something, Kennedy wants to behave like Jerry Rawlings. But no, I mean, there's a sharp dichotomy between all of them, between the two of them. Jerry Rawlings stood for social justice. Kennedy, his business interest is in there. And so then you get to hear that, or say, we contract $500 million every year. Yes, then he comes out to say that, listen, the Bawumia team offered me $800 million to
step. Say we didn't offer anything.
Yeah, then he said, oh, listen.
No, but why would they get $800 million? Please, we are talking about $800 million. It's not small money.
They say when the crocodile comes to tell you something, they understand their own English.
But the whole nation went to IMF for $3 billion.
Hold on, quickly before we go, I think that, like you put it, Dr. Akoto is struggling, to make any impact. But he's also raised something very key: manipulation, favoritism, and all that. No, I just want you to.
I was going to compare what is happening in NPP to NDC. How come NDC has that now? They still haven't, chosen their running mate.
They will.
Why? If you're going to pick Nana Jane, pick the lady. Let's go. If you want somebody else, do that. I mean, all this word delay and all that. Listen, elections is about time,
But they know.
Who?
Why you cry more than the bereaved?
Oh, no, I mean...
No,
we have to care.
Yeah, you have to point it out.
Yeah, so they will bring the person. But I'm looking at the role of the police, security, EC
on Saturday,
readiness and all these kind of
stuff. Dr. Dampari, the IGP, has assured us that everything is in control, and so we want to take him by his words. Whether or not the party will allow him and his men to do whatever they need to do, I mean, it's another matter altogether. I'm saying that, I mean, with recent development, at the back of my mind, that, he's on pay a party in Assam, or NDC, free Chebi, or free OT, Nimami Aibeni, that kind of thing, all that. So, I think that let's see what happens on Saturday. And, but they should know that at the end of the day, they are not electing whoever for themselves, but they are electing the person for the country to decide between that person and then ex-president John Mahama, and then the others who will emerge, from the other parties, so that we can make an informed choice for the
Right.
betterment of the country.
Right.